Tuned?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we're here today. It's Sunday. It's D-Day. But in any case, today we out on the, well, I'm out on the track. It's supposed to be shaking down Judas. Judas is here with me. Run into Ezra. Some of you guys may remember Ezra with the silver, it's an Alteza.
Yes,
yeah. Supercharged Alteza. He has since sold that and he's moved on to this beauty, his Lexus IS 350. So the plan today, I walked with my draggy. So the plan is to get a baseline for Judas and get a baseline for Ezra, since he plans to do a few mods to it in the near future. What you running today? What you plan to run? 10s, 9s?
Not so much. That's if you can do a 12.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see where that ends up. But this is also Shokwan. Shokwan will be featured in today's video. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing today, but yeah, he'll be featured today. So we're gonna set up in Ezra's car and then we'll take it from there. Alright, 2, 3, go! Okay, so what did you think your car ran, Ezra? How far into the 13s or how far into the 14s you think? 13.8. Okay, 14.8 at 90.8 miles an hour. You wanna try again?
Yeah.
When you're ready. Think it does faster?
Yeah, it looks faster.
Okay, well, draggy doesn't lie. We'll soon find out. Well, I don't see any smiles, huh?
I think I just piece of the car.
Okay, what do you think you did this time?
It was 14.8.
Think that was a better or worse run?
Just a few points better.
You better. 14.78 at 95 miles an hour. So it definitely was something you did something, it picked up some mile an hour and the 60 foot was better. So I'm not sure what you did, but you can let it cool and we'll take a foot one, I guess, just to see and average it out. Now, okay, so now it's time for Judas to find out what Judas runs. 14s, 13s, whatever. I'm secretly hoping for 13.9, but we'll see. Race cars suck. Alright, so all playing aside, guys, welcome back. It's the following day. So let me bring you guys up to speed, and I guess just from that little intro, you would have already guessed it's not good news. So let me bring you up to speed with what happened yesterday. So I brought the car on track again. Run into many common issues you would get, I guess you would call that, with a shakedown. Number one, when I went to service the car yesterday, I saw that the clutch line was a bit spongy. So I was like, okay, mental note, that needs to change. So I got on track. First thing I noticed was just driving the car, just trying to go into boost on the way to the track. I noticed that out of the shifter boot, it was just puking out transmission fluid or gearbox oil, sorry. So issue number one. After that, bringing it on track, when I on track, tried to do a couple runs, the car would not go into any gear, would not go into a gear to save its life. So tried babying it just to get into go into gear. It works, but you almost have to slow the car down almost completely, put it into gear and then accelerate again. So that's not good for drag racing. So the only pass I ended up getting was a 14.7 or 14.8, I cannot recall, at I almost said 100, at 98 miles an hour. And that's again with trying to baby it to go into gear. So again, shoulda, coulda, woulda, who knows what he would have done if we could have actually go into gear. And fast forward till after that one run when it went good. At the end of the pool, I saw temperature going up. Now that is expected because the car has a Honda half radiator on it, and half of it is been pretty much blocked by the intercooler. So I have a full set radiator on order, but it's not here yet. So pulled in and the car immediately died. So we let the car cool off for a few minutes, and then when it was cool, I went to start it. It gave me a hard start, almost like the engine was jamming, so to speak, trying really hard to start. I was like, okay, that's a bit suspicious, but I did not think anything of it. The car started, I drove it for a few minutes, I let it cool off again, spoke to some friends, then I left the track. On the way home, a couple miles from my house, I saw temperature going up again. Pull over, let it cool off for a bit. When I was about to leave, the car would not start. So I ended up having to bank start the car. I was alone, so I I ended up having to push the car myself, jump in, bank start the car, and then it finally bank started, got closer to home. Then I started hearing a noise in the engine or gearbox area. Now, previously, I tried to straighten the drive shaft, so I was thinking maybe that's something to do with the gearbox or something. I'll check it out when I get home because I'm literally about 2 minutes away from my house. The noise started getting louder, so I pulled over. Temperature was going up again, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to really push it. Pull over, let the car idle. I heard what sounded like a rod bearing knock. So I left it there for a little bit, and the noise got a little bit louder. I switched off. So again, the Link ECU does have the ability to monitor that, but the tune is untouched. But however, what I noticed is that the car does have almost every single sensor you can think of currently from the previous owner: oil pressure, oil temperature, fuel pressure, fuel temperature, and everything else. But the oil temperature and the oil pressure sensor have been faulty from the time I got it. It's some of the list of things I need to buy to replace. Again, I'm not sure if it's a wiring issue per se, but they don't read correctly at all. So could not have logged that. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But my guess right now, I haven't opened up the engine, I haven't checked it out, but my guess is probably low oil pressure to begin with, because this engine barely has any miles on it. Well, it was a freshly imported SR20DE that the previous owner bought it from a mutual friend. The engine has been down for a little while, so my guess is bad oil pump, maybe. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. So the plan now is I am not sure if I want to throw in a new to me crank on the current engine and probably just swap out the rod or damaged rods, or to just go ahead and throw on the built engine. I have a built SR20DE with Manley rods, CP pistons, cams, blah blah blah. I believe the block surface needs to be machined, just give it a shave job, and it should be good to go. So I am not sure which route I want to go. Either way, the car is probably going to be down for a few weeks, maybe a month, maybe more, depends if I can. My wife is not there, but if I can, use some of the family funds to put the car up. But that's the long and short of it. Again, I could not get any in-car footage because I forgot my headband home, and the car doesn't have a passenger passenger seat. So I could not even bring Shokwan along to actually record with me. So that ended up with me not getting any footage. Alright, so I'm going to throw in some clips of the other racing. I'm not sure if I am going to put that before or after, because I'm recording this before I begin editing the video. So that's the update. The shakedown went well and ended horribly. I think that's a fair conclusion, right? But again, it's a shakedown. I expected it to go better, but again, that's what shakedowns are for, right? So I mean, it's not feeling any way about it. So the plan is to now look on the brighter side and then just fix what needs to be fixed, and then learn whatever lessons that need to be learned, and then move on from there. Alright, so hope you guys enjoy the content, and leave a comment down below, and I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one. Till then, stay safe. Yeah, man, paparazzi. For the time.
It does the same thing to the police vehicles.
The same.
The same.
It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. That launch was too much.
So I see 1372 on mine at 104.
At 104, yeah, 1472.
So, yeah, same thing. Yeah, so there you go. So you did.
My 16 is 2.4. That's not.
I'm gonna take out this whole back seat. You have a mattress there. Misha,
that's
since
just
when?
That's just.
Mattress man out there.
I come just.
Mattress man out there for 3
I
years.
came just to drop my time. That's a cushion. Stop it.
A cushion.
That's
Alright.
actually
But I still good time.
That's a pillow.
Considering the 60 foot, it's a very good time. Because the last one you posted was about what? 210 quicker in the 60.
The 60 was
22.
No, 218.
218, yeah. So almost 3 tenths. So there you go. Eh? That is your 6 tenths in the quarter.
I'll do one more launch. I think I went too much. I gave it about 1500. I'll have to go lower.
You don't want to try dropping some air pressure?
I have 17 right now.
Okay.
On my last run, I was at about 18.
Okay. Alright, but you're looking good, man.
You just see I will spin the whole of us here.
You see, I go there and then I gotta get gas. Pretty good. Last run was 15.1. Let's try again.